It is May of 2018 and this video comes about 9 years after my very first video. I'm here to talk about where I'm at with my investments in silver, but more importantly, where my investments are going next. For those of you that are my subscribers, thank you so much for your patience. And those that are brand new, welcome. And if you get a chance, you should check out my very first video, which really talks about the type of silver you should be investing in. And as pointed out in that very first video, I continue to follow a core group of individuals who are highly knowledgeable in silver, Mike Maloney being one of them. He has a website called LODE.one. That is where I get my daily news on precious metals. He also has a YouTube channel which features an incredible series called The Hidden Secrets of Money. I urge you to take a quick look at that if you get a chance to. David Morgan, also known as the Silver Guru, I listen to his weekly podcasts. He's got the Morgan Report and happens to be a part of an exciting project that I'm going to be talking to you about. Jeff Berwick, better known as the Dollar Vigilante, check his YouTube channel out also, as he's got quite a knowledge base on cryptocurrencies. Peter Schiff with his weekly podcast, giving us insight as to what's happening in the US economy, bullish on precious metals, as well as foreign investments. Gerald Celente and his ability to capture world news in a manner that makes sense and how it applies to what's happening in today's times. And last but not least, Mr. Jim Rogers. He is a global investor, quite reputable, and has a lot of knowledge with our stock markets. And before we talk about silver or cryptocurrencies, what we need to focus on is what is it that causes people to run into precious metals to begin with. And without making this video political in any way, shape, or form, I think it's important to point out that whenever there is global unrest, the go-to asset has always become precious metals as far as a hedge against economic and political warfare. Precious metals have also acted as a hedge against inflation, and we know that governments right now all across the world are printing money into oblivion. Which begs the question that when you see nations like China and Russia acquiring gold on a massive scale, what this chart means for my own nation. So in the spirit of not making this political, if I were to, I would like to ask Justin Trudeau about this article. And so if we can't trust our government to save us, and we can't stop them from printing money out of thin air, what can we do? Well, I can tell you that for myself, I have continued to invest in silver bullion. And by that, I mean, first and foremost, I'm making sure that I have enough physical silver in my own possession. Silver has always acted as a hedge against inflation, but more importantly, it has a historical value of money. But having the inquisitive mind that I do, I have been looking and searching for other ways to invest my money. One of those things happens to be cryptocurrency, and just like the name, it was cryptic to me. Cryptocurrency is just another alternative way of having a virtual form of currency. It's a medium of exchange, and it allows for secure transactions and transfers of assets. It is not pegged to any fiat currency. And I think that's what the appeal is that it's actually decentralized. There is no government body that controls it. And although some of us may be nervous about that, I think we're a bit more nervous with having too much government involved. And the reality of it is that the people are kind of deciding as to which direction we're headed anyways. We're already seeing nations all over the world that are already accepting the fact that we're going into a cashless society. So this video is a bit of a challenge to all of us. Are we ready for this? And if we're not, can we be? And it's not just because the society is moving this way. We also know that a fiat life cycle is only X amount of years. And based on what Mike Maloney says of a natural cycle of fiat currency, not only have we surpassed it, we are well overdue. So with the intrinsic value of fiat going to zero, let me introduce you to the cryptocurrency that I have chosen to invest in. But like anything else, it's very important for me to point out that this is my investment choice. This is what I've chosen to do my research on, my own due diligence, and I encourage you that beyond this video for you to look into this on your own and decide whether or not this investment is for you. So it's of no surprise that when I went to go look for a cryptocurrency that best met my investment needs,
I went towards one that was going to be backed by a physical asset. And in this case, the LODE program actually is silver backed. The project is building the world's first cryptographic silver monetary system using blockchain architecture that will enable the creation and distributions of 2 tokenized assets, each representing a unique relationship to silver bullion. So what is blockchain? Blockchain is the technology behind cryptocurrencies that's restoring faith and confidence. And unlike fiat currencies, cryptocurrencies offer a market cap off. And by that, you get back the scarcity rule. You cannot print cryptocurrencies out of thin air. The first of 2 coins introduced by the LODE project is the LODE coin itself, which represents the ownership stake in the monetary system. Yes, you heard that correctly. We, the people, have the ability to have an ownership stake in this project. We also have the ability to earn rewards, unlike any other cryptocurrency. There is no ICOs or initial coin offerings. The way to become a part of the LODE program is to deliver physical silver. By typing in the following link, it will take you directly to LODE's website. Once they're at their website, you have the ability now to hit the Register Now button. This allows you to now either stop and be a part of their mailing list, receive regular updates, or you can proceed to the next step. As mentioned earlier, the only way to become a part of the project is to either deliver or buy silver for delivery. For those of you that have physical silver in your possession, you're able to commit a delivery amount. The minimum amount that you must put into the LODE program is 100 ounces. The great thing of this is that you're able to get a FedEx label sent directly to your residence so that you don't have to worry about the cost of shipping. For those of you that do not have physical silver in your possession, you are able to hit that buy button. SWP, Strategic Wealth Preservation, will then send you an email and they'll give you a pricing, usually $1.60 over spot US. But if you're going to ask me my honest opinion, it would be to buy your own silver. I usually go to eBay myself, Silver Gold Bull out of Calgary or Global Bullion out of Toronto. Both of these sellers ship quite quickly, so there's usually not an issue for that. The only issue that I do have is that by buying the silver, you're having to buy 100 ounces minimum, and unfortunately they come in 1 ounce increments, and each one of those increments is going to charge you $1.60 US over spot. Versus trying to buy an industrial bar, 100 ounces, you pay a lot less premium on it. Nonetheless, SWP has been quite accommodating. They have been quick to respond and have been very professional every time that I have dealt with them. The project also has various social network sites on the internet, one of them being LODE Channel Live. If you look up to the top, you'll see LODE TV. By hitting that button, you will get their support and they'll be able to walk you through some more of their buying and delivering processes. The second coin offered by the LODE project is the AGX coin. This is the coin that represents 1 gram of silver. The holders of this coin can redeem their coin for silver at any given time. The owners of the LODE coin also get paid their rewards in this coin. Once the AGX hits the exchange market, you'll most likely see those that are invested in cryptocurrencies coming over to speculate on this coin in particular. But far from just investors, this coin actually has a lot more to offer, and in one of the videos on their Facebook page, you're going to see what I'm referring to. Now, one of the great selling points for me also was that I know that David Morgan is a part of this project. He talks about how close this is to having silver come back into the monetary system. There are not a lot of cryptocurrencies out there that give you a reward system back, as well allow you to have an ownership stake in their project. LODE is offering this project globally. So this particular exposure to a crypto has made me feel a lot more safe and relaxed about having my money in a more honest system. And like anything else, there are definitely risks and rewards to each of these types of investments. I do want to go over that very quickly. As for the risks, you have to keep in mind that 85% of what you are putting in is yours. 15% is taken off right off the bat, administrative fees, vaulting, and insurance. There is a minimum contribution of 100 ounces. That is going to be at 99.9% purity that you're going to be delivering to them.
It's equivalent to about $2,300 Canadian in today's prices. And like anything else, they do have an exchange rate. This screen outlines the exchange rates. You see that we are currently in phase 2. It'll go to 2.5 and then 3, and then at some point you will not be able to buy LODE coins. Each one of these phases allows you to receive a set amount of LODE coins for the amount of silver that you are delivering. Please feel free to pause this screen just to look at it and get an understanding as to what your ounces can buy as far as LODE coins. And the upside of this project, obviously, is that we do get an ownership stake on this if we decide to be a part of it. Silver coming back as sound money is the most exciting thing that I have seen in a long time. But to have your asset work for you is a whole new dynamic. I do have to say that most of the founders do come from British Columbia, so it's kind of neat to have some Canadian players in on this project. And even more fantastic is that they have a female on their team. Carmen has been so informative in answering all of my questions that I've had over the last couple of months. And I do urge you as my viewers to please share this video with your girlfriends, your wives, your sisters, your daughters. It's always amazing to have female counterparts in this sector. I thank you so much for listening to my video. This is a game changer and I'm excited that I got a chance to present it to you. Please feel free to ask any questions directly to the LODE team, or you can leave your comments and questions below and I will do my best to either answer it or get the answers for you.